the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo, hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do? Coming through with the strength in you. You made it, good job. Strength in you, coming through. Strength in you, coming through. Hey boo. Hey, honey love. Good morning. Good morning. I'm telling y'all, no matter what kind of day I'm having, what kind of weekend, no matter what it is, that song lifts my spirits, my soul. I know it's myself, but some about that song does something to me. But anyway, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let me get my king in on the scene. Hold on. You know what I mean?
Yo, what's up?
What it do? How you doing? Happy Monday. Good morning.
Yo,
Good.
getting up. Like I took a nap. I'm like struggling. I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
I'm
it's a Monday. And Mondays are usually struggles, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? But you here, nevertheless, it's all good. So I don't know why Queen, the other queen that on the scene, but we're
I
gonna
know.
make it do what it do. Hey, courage, wherever you at, girl. Today we got an awesome show today, y'all. This show is gonna bring controversy and hopefully it brings some questions, some answers. It sparks some feelings, it ignites some things. But before we even go into it, I want to know about Turkey Day because it's coming up and I'm excited. So I want to know, Wisdom, are you excited for Turkey Day?
I am. Like I know this holiday season I'm gonna pack out the pounds.
Okay.
So like it's okay. Like I already accepted that. And we already like got some stuff ready. We're going to my sister's house
Uh-huh.
for Thanksgiving. So I'm like really jazzed about that. Go see
That's
my niece and nephews, go hang out, watch some football. It's gonna be a good day.
that's what's up. You doing any cooking?
Oh hell no.
What?
That's a negative, Delta.
Why was it a hell no? Do you not cook, sir?
No, I cook. I just don't cook Thanksgiving.
Like I want the food to be good, so I'm not gonna cook nothing.
I'm not like I. You don't want me cooking on Thanksgiving.
Well, I kind of did. I wanted to see what was gonna happen and what it was gonna look like because I'm excited to cook it for Thanksgiving this year because I got my kids. They
What are
gonna
you doing?
man, listen. This list is off the chain. So let me see. I got my turkey out. I got ham. I'm gonna do some chicken wings, some greens, some dressing, some baked mac and cheese, some sweet potatoes, some potato salad, some deviled eggs, some pigs in the blanket, some little sliders, because we gotta have a little appetizer food. I'm listen, when I tell you I froze down for Thanksgiving, Turkey Day is my day because Turkey Day brings families and for Turkey Day this year, I'm going to take my kids out and we're going to go feed some homeless people. I'm just make some
Nice.
plates and we're just going to ride around and whoever I see out, I'm going to ask them first because I don't want you throwing my food away. I work too hard on it. Some people just really want the
That's
money
nice
to
stuff.
get drunk. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what it is. Like, don't be, I give you my food and you toss it. Nah. If you want money for liquor or whatever, say that because I ain't going to give it to you. But if you want to eat, I'll feed you. You know what I'm saying?
I was
So,
like, you giving out money for liquor?
nine.
Yeah, I'm still trying to like figure out like the best angles. So there's gonna be a lot of like messing around.
Okay, can you figure out when you by yourself? Don't nobody
I'm
want to be
trying to
looking at you trying to
I'm
figure out
trying to
where's
figure
the
out the
camera.
best angle, you know?
Your face is the angle. As long as your face in the camera, you Gucci. Stop
I
saying
know, but like I want to get the background. Like I don't have my background anymore.
Jesus.
Listen,
Anyway, y'all,
don't
we
judge
ain't,
me.
we ain't gonna judge you, but no, I'm excited for Turkey Day. And I'm excited to teach my kids, some of my recipes and get them in that kitchen and
Nice.
work it. So, but no, as I was talking about this show, so today, only reason I want to talk about this is because I feel like the focus has changed and it's shifted and it's too focused on sexuality versus humanity. And I feel like the humanity, which is to me the heart of a person, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's more important than your sexual orientation. So tell me what you think about it before I go into detail.
Well, in a sense of like, what do you what like? I guess like sexuality. Um, I started very young,
Yeah.
so like I lost my virginity at 12. Um,
Oh, you was a hoe.
I am.
No, I'm just playing. Go
We're
ahead.
not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, no, but you
But
was okay.
like I was, I guess tapped into sexuality early. So like I saw things like mostly different than like most kids, right? Like a lot of my friends were in high school when they lost theirs, and
Yeah.
they started kind of exploring their sexuality. And throughout my 20s, um, there was like this, I guess, like false reality with like my sexuality and like, you know,
Oh, but I
I
guess
just,
what I'm asking, I'm not
yeah,
really.
what are you asking?
I'm not talking about.
Over
Okay,
here.
let me just go into what I want to do right now. And right
Okay.
now, I just want to talk about the definition right now. So let me see if I'm good at this stuff. I ain't gonna say the words that I was about to say, but
Yeah.
bear with a sister, y'all, because y'all know what it is. But I think I got it together because I want to talk about the difference between humanity and sexuality, not yours, but what the world is focused on. Can you see
Look at
that?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so humanity, y'all see that? The human
Uh-huh.
race, human beings collectively. It also says humaneness, benevolence. So that's back to what I was talking about: love, compassion, the person's heart, right? And then we go into. Can you see that?
No, I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, so hold on, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Now we're gonna go into the other part I want to do. We're gonna stop that screen because I'm learning. And then be patient. Be patient.
No problem.
Okay, here we go. Sexuality. Bow. Share. Here we go. See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Capacity for human feelings. A person's identity in relation to their gender or the genders in which they are typically attracted to. Sexual orientation. Right? Now, what I'm asking is, do y'all think, because I want y'all opinion, this is what this whole thing is about, because I'm
Yeah.
irritated. I'm irritated because my son comes home and he's like, I have to find out if girls bisexual, trisexual, pansexual, and I'm overwhelmed because
Yeah.
I'm like, we're supposed to be teaching our kids, and what all of this rights thing supposed to be is about just somebody accepting you for who you are. No matter who you sleeping with, because that's your sexuality. That's your business. That's your problem. That don't bother me. I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to humanity, the heart, that's what I care. And so now I feel like they're forcing these things in classrooms and forcing it on our children when the like the basis of everything is the only way you can procreate is with a man and a woman, right?
Yeah.
And I don't bash and no, I'm not mad at nobody for doing what they do. But I'm saying, can we focus less on pansexual, bisexual, trisexual, asexual, heterosexual? Who gives a, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing behind closed doors is your business. Even the clothes you choose to put on your body is your business. So if we just learn to love the person for who they are as a human versus their sexual orientation, we wouldn't have crimes like we just had the other day out here at this gay club because somebody mad or whatever because of everybody want their rights. But it's like I feel like there almost should be limitations to what's being taught in these schools. Certain things should just be taught at home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I feel like it's went above and beyond where it needs to be right now. Now our kids are focused on things that are kind of completely irrelevant to their growth as a
Yeah.
person. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm asking.
I get what you're saying now.
What's up,
Yeah, I,
Jerry? Hey.
what's up, Jerry? Hey. Yeah, I think like there's too much focus now on sexuality, like for sure. Um like let kids be kids, right? And I agree with you. Like there's certain things that should be taught at the home. You know, that's a responsibility of the parents, I think,
Mhm.
to you know have the talk and talk about those taboo things that you shouldn't be talking about in school anyway, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, like nowadays, oh, like they're teaching our boys that it's okay to want to be a girl, and become transgender. Like I don't. This is such a touchy subject, right? So like, you have to be careful with what you say, but I don't believe it that should be even like thought about in school. That
I
has nothing to
mean,
do with anything.
don't get me wrong, because I think I understand what you want to say with that part already, and that's why it's touchy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I'm on a fence with that one because I don't think
really.
it's. Oh, I'm on a fence with it only because I don't feel like you should teach no child to be trans, nothing, bad, nothing, 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 nothing. How they feel is how they feel. If today he decide I want to play dress up and you want to put on a dress because you see your mama wear heels and a dress, so what? They playing dress up. It shouldn't be they getting bashed and boys don't do this and boys don't do that. That part I don't like. I feel like
Mm,
kids should be able to be kids and explore every part of life because it teaches just openness and acceptance for whatever. There is no judgment. But I feel like when you tell boys that you're a boy and you only supposed to wear this and you only play with G.I. Joes and you only that part is the part that I don't like because I feel like that's a stereotype that's not legit to what it means to be a boy. Hey Jeff, woo woo woo. And
woo
that's why
woo.
boys grow up and they feel like I gotta be tough. I can't cry. I can't
Yeah,
this. I can't that. And so the ones that are a little bit more sensitive, and I feel like that presses them to be gay, if anything, because now they feel like, well, if I cry and I'm not as tough as this boy, then I must be a girl because I act like them. So that's why I say we shouldn't label these kids as sensitive or this or that. Just let them be kids. Certain things gonna be for them and certain things ain't, and it just is what it is. And as they grow up, they learn to be accepted and accept everybody else because there is no judgment put upon them or nobody else, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
It's true. But we grew up in a generation where like
And that's why I
that
don't
wasn't
like
a
it.
thing.
That's why I don't like
Like
it.
that
It was
wasn't
a
like I didn't
thing.
go to school and like worry about that. It wasn't
Yeah,
even
it
a
was a
thought.
thing. It was just hidden different though, because like you said, we grew up in a generation where we weren't too far from them kind of slave days where boys had to be tough and strong and girls had to shut the hell up and go clean up and do. You know what I mean? So it wasn't
Yeah,
that far from that time. So the stuff we was taught was passed down from the stuff that they were taught. But it's like at what point do we all start to open up our eyes and just be like, that ain't important and that ain't important? Like what really is important is how this kid is treating somebody or the respect that's coming out of his mouth or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
we so focused on what toys somebody played with or what dresses or pants or whatever. Just like remember back in the day when girls couldn't wear pants to church or whatever.
yeah.
It was like that shouldn't be a
Well,
thing.
like I agree with you with in the sense of like if the boy or girl would I don't want to misgender here,
Right.
if they feel like playing with dolls or they want to wear jeans or they want to be a tomboy, right? That's up to the child. Um, my problem is when it's like the teacher is getting involved and the guidance counselor is getting involved. Like,
And telling them how they feel type
yeah,
thing.
like, oh, you should look into these medications, right? Like,
Oh yeah, nah.
kind of prescribing medications. Like, you're not a doctor, right? Like, I don't know. It's such a touchy subject.
But
Mm,
it's not touchy. That's what we got to come away from. It's
I
not
guess.
touchy. This is our life, and these are our children, and this is just the world we live in. And I mean, it's still evolving, and it's still new to us. And
Yeah,
unless we be able to just call a thing, how can we expect things to really change for the better if everything is so taboo and touchy? You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. We can either agree to disagree or we can agree or whatever the case may be. And there is no love lost. There is no
Hmm.
disrespect. There is
But
no.
not everyone's built like that.
But if the
You know what
more
I
it's
mean?
done, the more we're doing it, the more it'll become second nature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if everybody's walking on eggshells saying, let's not do it, then it will never become a thing. It's going to always be, well, we shouldn't say, and we should. No, yeah, we should. Yeah, we should.
Hmm.
Because our future is at stake, y'all. Like, we got to say. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's much right now. And I feel like these kids got too much pressure to
I
be
agree with that. I agree with
anything.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be pressure to be anything. You should just be able to be you, whatever you enjoying at the moment. Because we all know as adults, we go through phases in life. And you got phases where you might like chicken this day and phases where you might want steak. You got it's phases, you know what I'm saying? So just like we go through it, kids go through phases where maybe they may feel like they like the same sex. That's because they're trying to figure it all out. But that don't make them neither this nor that. You know what I'm saying? It just makes them a person
Yeah.
figuring it out. But all these labels, and I'm just so over it because to hear my 13-year-old talk the way he talked, and even my 10-year-old, it's like you said, this wasn't a thing for us. So now
Yeah.
it's like extra pressure of what sex are you? Are you pansexual? You know what I'm saying? Like it's extra.
What if you don't mind me asking, what was brought up like talking to your kids that made you think about this topic?
Two things. Of course, I got two boys. They in different levels of life right now. My 13-year-old is exploring girls and life things like that, and my youngest is just existing, doing his thing. Well, my youngest came home and he said one of his friends that used to be a boy now goes in a girl bathroom because of how he feels now. He's a girl. He identifies as a girl. And, they cut his hair and he did all this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, how were you born? When you came out, what did the doctor say? That's the only bathroom you should be going in. I don't care how you identify. At the end of the day, we are born with organs. What does yours say to you? So that irritated me off top because now my son is 10. This shouldn't even be a thing for a 10-year-old to be trying to
Yeah.
figure out what bathroom to go. You know what I'm saying? So that bothered me. So I was like, we got to, something got to be done and said because my spirit is just irritated. And then my 13-year-old came on. He's like, we talk about everything because I keep an open door with them. And so he come home. He's like, Mom, I'm into this girl, but I had to ask her. I didn't know how to ask her, was she bisexual or trisexual? And he started naming all these different things that I didn't even know was a thing. And I just was like, why do you have to ask these questions? As a child, when we was attracted to somebody, you used to write on a paper, do you like me? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
And go
Or
about your
maybe.
business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like all these things that are coming out now. It's ridiculous, and kids should not have this pressure. Hey, David, with
What's up, David?
what their sexuality is, like we're making things so much more complicated. If you know what, I'm going to.
I
But
mean,
that's a fact.
just God damn it.
I'm tired of him. That's I didn't even want to read it. I didn't even want
But
to read
it's true though. It's true. There's none of that shit in jail.
it. It's
Yeah.
not. There's not an extra bathroom for you. And then if you came in and you got a vagina, that's the side you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
like all these new things. Now the people who's I think it's called intersex. The people who you refer to probably as hermaphrodites, they're actually referred to as intersex because
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
they have both and they get to choose. And then that to me is different because they were born with both. They
Yeah.
get to feel whatever they feel like most is what they relate to. It is what it is. But people who just all of a sudden decide this is what I am and now I get to like that man who got to fight all them women. Cause now
Yeah.
like, come on, y'all. Like, at what point do we just say enough is enough? We team too much. Like,
Yeah. It's like we're becoming as a generation, right? Like humanity is we're like too woke, you know. Like I think we need to take a step back and not being so accepting of every single thing. Like
I mean,
I shouldn't have to guess your what the hell is it called? Your like
what
what do you call it? What they call their them or whatever.
your pronouns?
Your pronouns. I shouldn't have to guess what your pronoun is, and if I get it wrong, I'm sorry. It's a shot in the dark. You know,
Yeah, it's like
like
Pat.
if you
Remember
get
Pat the movie?
offended.
You know, I feel you. You made me think about Pat. You remember Pat when you said if you get it wrong? Remember that
Oh
old
yeah,
Pat when do you know what Pat was? Hey, remember Pat on the
I
I'm gonna
don't
find
remember
that.
that, but
I'm
yeah.
gonna find that clip and bring it up, not now. But anyway, but no, I feel you. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. If you guess wrong, like people get offended. You know, and it's like it shouldn't be my job to like figure out what to call you. You know, like
Yeah,
we
how
already
you
have
feel
enough
with
on our plate as it
yeah,
is, right?
that's true.
We
And
shouldn't
it's
have
not.
to like add and complicate things more.
Yeah, no, and you're right because I mean, and some people, especially the community, they may take it as a disrespect, but it's really not. You got to think about it. Is what you look like. This is what you look like in general. Like for example, my son is the prime example. My 10-year-old has really soft features. It just is what it is. So when people see him, they always mistake him for a girl. Like always, I'm always like, that's a
Oh,
boy.
for real?
That's a boy. That's a because his features are so soft. But it just is what it is. He know what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
build him up and remind him and I strengthen him because the world is going to be the world. And I don't want him to feel like he got to be worried about every time somebody refer to him as a girl. You know yourself. Know yourself enough that no matter what somebody refer to you as, it's not going to affect you because you know you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I guess I'm saying all this to say, number one, it needed to be said. And we just need to start just accepting people because I feel like if we started accepting more people just in general, then it would have never been a need to feel like everybody needed their own platform to exist. You know what I'm saying? Like there shouldn't even need to be a gay club, but the world we live in, it just is what it is. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but I think more stuff like this needs to be done to where it's not just that community speaking up for them. It's just everybody saying no, right is right, wrong is wrong. Love people because they people. If they ain't your cup of tea, just don't rock with them. It is what it is. But they don't give you the right to hate on nobody, hurt nobody, or even teach all this stuff to these children. That's my biggest issue right now. Kids should be taught about sexual orientation from their household, period. That's just how I feel. And I know as a teacher, one of the books that you got to have in there is same sex books to show that it's okay for same sex to be together. And although I am not homophobic, sometimes I could be gay, okay? Don't play with it. But I wouldn't teach that to my children because at the end of the day, the only way they can procreate is with a man and a woman. So I'm frustrated that my kid, we different, we grown. You know what I'm saying? But these kids is different.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, like I don't know what the hell I was going at in the beginning of the episode when you asked me. I was like, "What the hell are we talking about?" But um, like I don't know. But no, I agree with like this statement and piggybacking off what you said.
Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry.
Um,
Hey Jocelyn, I'm sorry. Hey girl.
no, you're good. Um, yeah, I agree with you in the statement. It should be taught at home. Um, it's very like you're adding too much pressure to these kids, right? Like they already have enough to figure out. Like I remember when I was in school, the biggest thing was like, "Where you want to go to college? What do you want to do for the rest of your life?" Like that's enough pressure to put on a
Right.
kid. Like really, like we don't know what the hell we want to do, or like I barely know what
Right.
I want to do when I'm 35. You
That
know,
say what you
so
said. Right.
adding sexuality to all that, and sexuality is such a confusing thing when it's regular. Now you're adding all these extra. Like I'm serious,
No, no, you're right.
and like I remember like going through my sexuality, and like when I was a kid, I was so confused on like the regular stuff, and you're adding now like pronouns and asexual, and I'm like, yo, what is this?
Right.
I like the math was like too far,
Right. No, for real,
and
for
now
real.
you're adding all this extra pressure, and
Wonder why mental
I
health
would
is
never understand why people shoot up nightclubs and things like that. Like in Orlando, I was around for the Pulse nightclub shooting when they shot up the gay club over here,
yeah.
and now they have one over there that happened, and it's like I would never understand that, but like I can. I have to be careful what I say.
No, you don't. You
No,
just have
no,
to
no.
be
Yeah, I do.
respectful. Just be respectful. That's all.
Like, like a part of me understands the confusion
Okay.
with why people do that type of stuff. Like they don't know any better. Like they
What as
don't
far as shoot
know.
up stuff, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like there's some their mind is so warped by everything that's going on around them that they see that as like a viable option. Like, oh, let me shoot up this nightclub, and with all that extra pressure, like I can see why people are cracking. I'll leave
Hmm.
it at that.
No, no,
I'll
that's
leave it at
true.
that.
Because I thought I didn't go to bed today. Yeah, today until 3 o'clock something this morning, because my mind was just all over the place and I couldn't like quite just rest. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, and I was like, this mental health is real, and the person that did that had to been sick. And then I just thought about all the people who have kids and then they decide they're gay and then they treat their kids a type of way. So maybe this person had some issues that we don't know about. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And did it, and it don't make it right. But people gotta understand the choices they make affect everybody in their family. It don't just affect them. Everything that
Yeah.
we do don't just affect us. It affect our offsprings. It affect the people around us. So I guess I'm even saying that to say be more in tune with the choices you make and don't be selfish with the choices you make, no matter what they are. And I just feel like I said, with this in particular subject, I wanted to talk about because I wanted to say, let's focus more on humanity, man. And I know it's not realistic to just hi, hey, we sing like that hippie vibe type. That ain't realistic. But hatred don't take us nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like focusing on somebody's sexuality is focusing on the person they love, the person they want to sleep with, their orient. That's so irrelevant to who they are as a person that word shouldn't even have to be a part of our vocabulary. We're not sexual, we humans. So humanity and sexual, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious what
Yeah.
words should be first in our vocabulary and what we should be focused on. But everybody is so self that the part that really matters is going over everybody's head. And I'm just so irritated because I'm one of me. But like I said, we got to use our voices. And I feel like the more stuff like this is talked about, and they'll see how, because ain't no hate behind none of the words that's coming out of neither one of our mouth. It's all
Hmm.
about love and it's all about acceptance and genuine, like heartfelt realness. Just like, I know you want your freedoms. I know you want to be accepted. I know you want to be loved. I know you want to be appreciated. I know you want to be treated as a human. So your sexual orientation should not be even on the damn platform to be like, I'm a bisexual, I'm a this, I'm a that. I don't walk around talking about I'm heterosexual or I'm gay or whatever, because I'm whatever I choose to be at the time, because I done had encounters with both. And that don't make me neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm just me having fun doing what I do. My choice, I do what I want. You know what I'm saying? So why do we got to have all these labels? Why is there even a thing? Jerry's so funny. Okay.
I was wondering why he said that. Now it makes sense. I was like, what?
But no, it's real talk. We're so focused on all
Yeah.
these sexualities that we're losing humanity. And we're just focused on all the wrong stuff. I don't know what happened to it, but
I
we
don't
ain't
know.
worried
Your
about
guess is
it.
as good as mine.
Look, we ain't worried about that. I'm more focused on this because I want y'all to focus. Don't we
Mm-hmm.
should take a strike and stop telling people we gay,
Ooh.
straight. We shouldn't say we hetero, nuns. Anything that ends with the word sexual, we should just stop saying. Because we just humans liking
Oh
what we
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
We just liking what we like when we like it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like our kids should get the pressure because his mental health is rising. Kids are steadily killing themselves because they worried about things that's not important. When we was kids, we was not stressed out. These kids really be real life stressed out. Like,
Yo, like I'm like, what are you stressed about? Like, what for real? Like, your Fortnite skin? You don't know what Fortnite skin you want to use? Like, that should be the ultimate pressure for a kid. I
right,
don't know what I would do with my video game, right? Like, that's a pressure for a kid. Like, not, oh, I don't know what I feel today. Like, I don't know if I'm a girl or what. Like, what?
facts. Like, we're on the same key, Jerry. Yeah, but no, that's true because, like you said, they got enough pressures. Just trying to figure out this whole situation on our own, like you said earlier, that's enough. So then when you got going down the rest of the world and you like somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm asexual. But you don't, how do you reproduce your own self? You tell me. I don't even
And
think,
like, how do you know, right? Like, really,
how do you
until
know?
you actually like do something sexual. How do you? What she said? You're right.
She
No
said,
one.
you're right. It's no one business what your sexuality is or who you sleep with. That's a fact, honey.
Yeah, like how like some of these kids are so sure. Oh, I like girls. Like,
Right.
how do you know?
Like, I liked the girl yesterday. What you talking about, girl? You don't like no dang on girls. You just having a moment,
Listen,
pal.
listen. I mean, kind of funny, but like, there's a couple of male celebrities where I'm like, you know,
Hey,
I
but
don't I don't
look,
identify as gay or bisexual, but Ryan Reynolds can get it, you know.
right. But no, I feel you. And that's what I'm talking about, though. Just
Yeah.
acceptance of being a human. And sometimes my body wants this and sometimes it wants that. So it shouldn't be a gauge. Like, all of it is irrelevant because your heart is what matters.
What?
I'm stressed out when I run out of weed. I don't have time for other people's business. I know that's right, Jocelyn. Nobody got time for nobody else's business when you run out that weed, girl.
Uh-huh.
She's so funny. But
She's
no,
a
that
hot
is
mess.
so real life. It's like
Yo, that's a real life stress right there.
I'm just like the focus is just so bad right now, and it's so ridiculous. And I'm just like, I'm just like to have these kind of conversations with my son is just so irritating because it's just not relevant. Like,
Yeah. And I can imagine like you as a parent, like I
how
don't have any kids, you know, so I don't necessarily have to like deal with that right now.
right?
Um but I can imagine like my niece and nephews, like if my niece that came up to me was like, I like girls. I'll be like, well, why do you like girls? You know, I would try to find out, you know, why she feels that way. Like I
See,
don't think she's like that.
you
She
better than
likes
me
boys.
because I would have been like at the moment. That's all I would. At the moment, you might like
Yeah.
girls. I don't even care why you like them. That's your business. At the moment, honey, like what you. Because at the end of the day, you have to go. You got to go through life enough to know what you really like. You know what I'm saying? These kids, like I said, like we both said, they shouldn't have that pressure. But that's what it is. They don't know how to just go outside and play in the dirt. going to the fire hydrant like we used to, and just little stuff like that. Look, I'm hold on.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's
becoming
becoming
normalized.
normalized, socially acceptable, and that's not a bad thing. But it does put pressure on only one to decide what they believe. I feel like it takes and any port in storm or approach at life. I think I understand. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to that.
Port
I'm with
like
Jocelyn.
both.
She said she
Go
like both.
ahead, Jocelyn.
She said she like both, meaning she don't put ain't no men and women. She listen, whatever energy she feeling at the time, that's what she doing. And that's all I'm saying. We're not saying it's great that it's socially accepted, but again, you don't put these pressures and these stresses on our children. Like we're grown. We know we've been through life. These kids ain't been through nothing to know nothing. So I feel like it shouldn't be what sexual they are because half of them ain't even having sex to know what they are. You know what I'm saying? They just
Yeah,
they not think this girl pretty and think they like I think girls pretty all the time. And I will tell a woman real quick when she's sexy, like I don't have a problem with that because I'm comfortable in my sexuality. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I know I have
yeah.
fun on both sides of the fences whenever I feel like it. But that's my business. You know what I'm saying? So again, that shouldn't be the business of nobody else. Even if you in a club with somebody and you dancing, you a dude, so you dancing on another dude. Should no other dude be mad about it because it ain't his business? It's your business because you the one that's dancing on that dude, and that dude is allowing you to dance on him. So somebody shouldn't be labeling you because you having fun with who you having fun with. You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I agree.
yeah, I'm just over all the labels. Like, I feel like they
Yeah.
took me went too far because I got that email from school was like, I need you to put your pronouns in. And I was like, my name is Cynthia Joy. That's my pronoun. Like, that tells you what Cynthia Joy.
Like we should be worried about the schools like normalizing that stuff. Like it's okay to talk about your feelings and you want your kids to open up to like the teachers and maybe they have a problem at the house and they can't vocalize, right? But
Right.
like adding that like, oh, what like what's your pronouns? Like why is that even a thing? You know, like what does that have to do with math? What does
What
that have to
happened
do
to
with
what's your
history?
name though? Your name is just your name. What's your you don't even
These
have to ever
schools
say
nowadays
your
and these teachers aren't like the teachers I grew up with, right? Like
yeah.
these teachers nowadays are a hot mess. I dated a couple of teachers and they're hot messes, bro.
Hey, parents, weigh in. I just want to make sure I said that. Weigh in on how y'all feeling about the school system and all these sexualities. Because I'm just like, I'm looking for the humanity in somebody. But yeah, you funny talking about these teachers. Hot mess.
Yo, they are though. Like, look, I'm not gonna put anyone's name out there, but it had ex. Well, let me not.
Just don't even worry about it. I'm just gonna say this as a teacher because remember
Yeah,
I'm preschool teaching too. But and I'm gonna say as a teacher, I've witnessed a lot of people only become a teacher because of the benefit of not having school when their kids don't have school. So they really
yeah,
don't love what they're doing. So it's not really a passion. So they're not putting that effort in that these kids really deserve and require. And then they don't really pay. They pay athletes more than they pay teachers to teach your kids something, and that's a problem too. But it is what it is, which don't motivate these teachers because they got to come out their pockets to buy stuff for your kids, and they don't care. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure there's a lot of hot messes because yeah, I've seen them.
Whew.
But to be fair, it's not just the teachers; it's these parents. These parents are a hot mess because number one, they're teaching their kids things by not teaching them things. If that makes sense.
True. Yeah, it makes
Social
sense.
media is raising our children. We don't sit and have family meetings and talk to our kids and educate them on the importance of just enjoying who you are. Accepting you, whatever you feeling at the moment, and not labeling them. I've labeled my kids before, never with the N word because I've always said I wouldn't do that. But for a long time, I put stuff on them because it was taught to me. But I had to become self aware to break those habits. And it's a lot of parents who don't take the time to be self-aware, to break no habits. They so busy pointing a finger at what somebody else did, and this is why I'm this way. You choose to be that way because after a certain age, you make a choice. No matter what happened to you, you make a choice. So we just got to do better. And again, that village need to be real. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village for these kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these school systems get to teach our
Yo,
kids.
that comment that Jeff put it up. I think it's a really good one.
Those who can do, those who can't teach. For real, for real. Every one of us is a teacher. Just saying. That's a fact. But you got to be able to, got to be able to accept that. That's a responsibility that everybody don't want. I know a lot of people that got a lot of knowledge for a lot of people and won't share it because they're like, that ain't my problem. That ain't my kid. That ain't my this. That ain't my that. And so it just go and fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're not passing none on when we do that.
Oh, it's a topic that definitely needs to be talked about for sure. Do I think it's a topic that should be discussed at school? No. Um, I don't think that at all. But again, that's my opinion.
But
That
no, that's
doesn't
true
mean
though.
it's law. Yeah.
No, but I'm also an open book with my kids. I was just, you made me want to ask the people a question. I want them to weigh in. How many of y'all really ask y'all kids or even nieces and nephews? How many of y'all asked them how was their day at school and what they talked about at school and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Kids go to school all the time and don't nobody ask them what they learned today. And so they get to learn all this stuff, but nobody gets to balance it out. That's what at home need to be that first teacher. So that way can't nobody teach your kid more than you can. Yes, Hunty, Stephanie. Thank you. It's not the teacher's job to teach certain things. It's the parent's job to do that. I do it for them for sure. That's what's up. But no, that's true. And people don't like to accept their responsibility and they don't even like to hear it. But that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
parents are the first teachers. And then you want to send these kids to school and you just want them to just get taught everything. And then get mad at what's being taught. But you're not doing your part. And for my part, I feel like it's my responsibility to teach my kids the sexuality don't even matter. You like who you like when you like them. I mean, although I've been blessed, both of my boys been into girls, but either way it go wouldn't bother me is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I will still tell them right now at this age that you're too young to even care about what you are because you don't know. Just live your life, explore whatever, and let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much pressure with all these sexualities. And I just feel like we just got to pull that part back and start teaching these kids what's important because it's a bunch of, forgive my language, but it's a bunch of little assholes running around here because they entitled to everything. You know what I'm saying? Nobody taught them what it means to be humane. So I'm hoping through this show, y'all, we really change some things and open some eyes and, you know, bring some courage out there and teach them what's really important because the heart of a person will make somebody fine as hell. You can be ugly, but if you got a heart, tell them talk about it. So they do. Then you do it. Listen, if you don't like it, what they say is double-edged sword. I think I got it. I ain't read that good. My stroke acted up. But no, seriously. It is real right now, y'all. We gotta teach our babies different. Matter of fact, we gotta teach the world different. You gotta even stop putting yourself in these different categories. You just a person. You a human liking what you like when you like what you like. It don't matter what's between their legs because that ain't nobody else's business of you and the person you're doing it with. I'm so over sexuality right now that I felt like this just had to be talked about. And I just really want y'all opinion about if you feel like we are overly focused on what somebody's sexual orientation is. That is just not conducive to growth. It is it's not beneficial in nothing that we're trying to accomplish because the only thing that's constant is change. So although this person like what they like today, they might like something else tomorrow. Because again, only thing that's constant is change. So it's important that we just stop labeling and just we start accepting people just for people. That's really the whole basis of this whole thing was to just shine a light and say we're overly focused on sex, y'all. We overly focused on sex. Let's focus on humanity a little bit more, because we want productive citizens for when we old. We ain't gonna be this age forever.
Yeah.
And once we older, if we didn't raise a bunch of entitled people who don't feel like they got to worry about nothing except for who they having sex with, we're in a world of trouble. We are in a world of trouble. If we're not raising people to care about people and the energy and the love and just the overall person, I'm scared. I don't know about y'all. I'm a little scared. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, we're living in weird ass times, like for sure. Um, I wouldn't want to be a kid right now. Like what all of the stuff going on in the world is so confusing to be a child nowadays. Like I remember, I think the word is over to focus on as over. Yeah, no, for sure, facts,
Absolutely. That's all we yes, that's what this is
facts.
all about, honey. It
Hmm.
should be private. You don't have to wear it on your chest. None of us walk around, I'm heterosexual. I'm this, I'm that. Who cares? I
Yeah,
love you still, no matter what you are. I just love you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like I was saying, I wouldn't like. I appreciate the fact that we grew up when we did. You know, like we didn't have none of that extra pressure. Like I could just imagine kids nowadays going through it. Like I understand why kids are like at an all-time high with anxiety and pressure and stress. Like there's so much going on. There's so
I've never,
much to keep up with.
I've never seen kids on so much medication in my life. And then
Hmm.
everybody's like, he got ADHD, he got ADHD. I don't even know all these different terms, but all I know is all mental issues because of all the extra pressure from stuff that's irrelevant to their life. It really is, but many people push it on other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
parents have to like step it up too because they don't want to like deal with those like topics. They're like, oh, the school will handle it, and you're putting a lot of pressure on these hot mess teachers I was talking about earlier.
You know
Like
what? Don't do the teachers.
it's they have 40 kids they gotta worry about in a class period. Like, and God knows how many throughout the day. Like you're talking about you want that person to like deal with like these hot topics and these hot button issues, and they don't have time for that. They don't have time for that between the curriculum and pronouns and where do I go in the bathroom? Like it's too much.
Yeah, yeah, and no, yeah, it's definitely too much, and definitely parents gotta step it up. We gotta stop being, um, we gotta be fearless. And I know, if anything, my son can't stand me because he be like, I shouldn't have asked you nothing. Because once you ask me, we finna talk about it. Let's sit on down on the couch and talk.
Yeah,
And then when I tell you I don't sugarcoat, you don't sugarcoat it when you be talking to your homies. So I'm not finna sugarcoat it to you because I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
let's not play. You gonna know you got that type of mama.
real
But
quick.
for real. And then like you said, you can't expect these teachers to be able to do all that for your kids and really like genuinely get them individualized advice because you can't get
Hmm.
the same advice for every kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us to take that time, but it's also that village. When you see somebody, or when you see somebody kid that you see some things finna start happening, ask questions because there's some things they might want to say to you that they're afraid to say to their mama or dad because they don't want to disappoint.
Hmm.
That happens a lot. So we gotta just start speaking to kids more. Like You don't try to put them in your van and no crazy nothing. But you know how you doing and how was your day and stuff like that.
We're not advocating like putting your hands on someone's kids
Right?
though.
Yeah.
We're
Don't
not
know
saying
just
that.
how you doing. How was your day? You want to talk about anything? Because some kids, you can see it all over their faces. Some is just disrupting their spirit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not an open book at home. And they need that outlet. But counseling is not a thing because maybe they're a minority and they family taught them we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we got to advocate for each other and we have to be a stepping stone to boost one another up. It's not I get on my stone and I'm gonna look down at you. No, put another one up so they can step up. You know what I'm saying? Like make it a thing to where everybody gets to step up a little bit and we'll all elevate. That's all I'm saying. But it takes humanity to do that and stop focusing on everybody's sexuality because it's private, it's personal, it's their business, it's irrelevant. That's just what I'm saying. Okay, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
drink some more.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I'm never surprised with you anymore when it comes to like topics of the show. Like we tackle like things that I wasn't thinking about it. You know, like when I was like, oh, when you were like, oh, what in the beginning of the episode, what do you think about that? I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But but now that we are talking about it, I think it's something that needs to be talked about more and use this as a jumping off point. Um, shit.
Wrong show, wrong show.
Yeah, use this as a way to kind of have a conversation with your kids, right? Like if you don't want to like start it, it's awkward. Um, put on like a tutorial. I don't know. Like
How about a
you can
tutorial?
YouTube anything now. What? Oh, that's a stop. What'd she say? What was it?
Let me see. I've always given kids an age appropriate answer. If they have, wait, if they have it in them to ask, they need deserve an answer. That's facts. And that's not to say give them something, a cute name or make it a joke. No, a straight up age appropriate answer in a vocabulary they identify with.
Yo, Marcella,
100%
you're dropping bombs.
facts, baby. What she said. That's an
Yep.
absolute fact. And don't make it a joke, make it a thing. But just be age appropriate and be honest. Like you can't get no better. She that was the nail on the head. Bow, 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 bow.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is. We gotta talk about it, y'all. Stop making it taboo. Stop making this a thing. It ain't. It shouldn't even be a thing because it's natural. It's completely natural. Can't nobody tell me, especially those of y'all who've been to college. You watch all the shows and people be like, uh, back when I was in college. So I mean, that ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? It's when they younger now. It's just not happening in college no more. It's happening at a younger age. So now earlier, you have to prepare them and talk to them about what it is, and again, remind them of the importance of the heart. That heart is man. Listen, like I said, the ugliest person, and I mean physically, they ugly, but they heart is so beautiful. That will change the game. For real, for real. And that's just in life. You get what they say. You catch a lot more bees with honey, or catch well, yeah, a lot more
Oh, I
bees
don't
with
know.
honey,
That's a new one to me. What?
huh?
That's a new one to me.
Or you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, or something like that.
Ooh, that's like some old
You
like
know I'm
black
old,
person
yo.
quote.
You, I am a. Told us that black person old. My son be like, "Cause you a grandma." I ain't even got no grandkids, but whatever.
For
My
real.
soul is old. My grandparents raised me, but no, that's real talk, y'all. That's why these podcasts and this stuff mean so much to me because I'm dispersing the energy that I want back. I feel like we need to put out more good energy like what we do. That's why we do this and the strokes of humor and all the stuff we do because that energy, you get so much negativity on a regular basis, just like on a regular basis. And the focus is so off in the world right now. It's like We gotta redirect, but we can't redirect if we don't say, "Hey, we're falling off. Let's get back on track." And that's what I'm saying right now. We're falling off. Let's get back on
Yeah.
track. Humanity is what matters. Not all of these different sexualities is irrelevant. Oh, you catch more flies, my honey. Thanks, Marcella.
Yeah, I didn't know. Thank you. I was like, but you saw who answered, right?
Oh, you know what? You better, Marcella. Oh, we gonna talk. I'm gonna cut
It
you.
wasn't Johnson and Barrett. That's
I'm
all I'm
not gonna
saying.
threaten you on the show. Then they got proof that
Listen, like
I know, right, Jerry?
Jerry, I'm saying, like, listen, I want to talk more about this on Strokes of Humor, where we can let loose a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
because boy, I like my brain is going right now.
Oh, good. That's good. Good. And we can start doing that. But no, like I said, we're gonna talk about this more often. I want to remind y'all next week is gonna be the season finale, and then we're gonna take a week off, I mean a month off so everybody can have December with their families and just in love life and all that good stuff. Why you I heard the gas. What happened?
Oh no, for some reason I thought it was Thursday. I was like, "What? Are we gonna have a show on Thanksgiving?" And then I thought, I was like, "It's Monday, idiot." That's right, guys.
Yes. So
I was like, "Yo, she's crazy." We're doing the show on Thanksgiving.
no, we're not doing that. Season finale is next week, sir. And then we're gonna take a month off, but we'll still be hosting our support groups weekly. So
Yeah,
you're still welcome to catch us there. I know, right? You see it?
I do. I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all love. But again, this is just a reminder, y'all, to put the humanity above the sexuality. Let's change this thing. Let's get back on track. Stop letting people put you in a box in a bubble and define you by your sexual orientation because that doesn't make you who you are. Your heart makes you who you are. So define yourself with that. You got any words for the people wisdom? Hit them with
I
some wisdom.
do. It's kind of fitting for today. It's a quote by Abraham Lincoln, and it goes, "The best way to define your future is to create it." So stop worrying about Tom, Dick, or Harry, right? Like, take things into your own hands, and your future of your kids, right? Depends on you. Like, you put your best foot forward for your kids. They see you and you set the example. So if you don't want Miss Tobias or whatever at school handling certain topics, take it into your own hands.
Facts. That's absolute facts. Don't let nobody teach your kids something that you're supposed to talk them
Hmm.
before you even send them out the door. And don't forget to teach about safe touches and all that stuff too, because when kids are trying to figure out they alities, they go through stuff and sometimes let people touch them and do things. So just make sure you communicate. Communication is a stepping stone for your family and anything that you do. And again, put the heart above anything else because that's the part that matters more. Also, I'm gonna remind you, put your crown on. You gotta wear it with pride. Believe in yourself. Got that crown on, got that lantern,
Hmm.
and then you gotta turn that light up. And turn it all the way up and let that light radiate all over that body. Ain't number positivity gonna be able to penetrate that light. And then it's gonna blow your light up more. Anything negative gonna bounce back because we ain't got time for that. We ain't feeding that, we ain't giving into that. So keep going forward. Never give in to giving up on you. When you down, ain't nowhere else to go but up. And I appreciate y'all more than anything in this world. You have no idea. It's because of you that I stay as strong as I am to keep fighting the way we do. So we love you forever. And until next week, my loves, we'll holla back.